I don't understand the youth. Hi everybody, I'm Kate Welshofer. This is One Cup Monday, wit, wisdom, and advice for you in the time it takes me to drink a cup of coffee. Ouch, every time. Today I want to talk to you about calling in sick. Specifically, why you should call in sick. If you are sick, please. I have a cold and I want to blame it on the educational system. And here's why. I remember being in school when they would give out an award for perfect attendance. And there would always be usually that one kid who would get the award every year. Somehow, this whole thing has translated to adult life because I think there are some people out there who are still under the impression that they are competing for best attendance. They're not in school anymore. They are at work, your work, my work, and they are making me sick. You know exactly who I'm talking about. These are the people who could show up practically on death's door and you see them in the office. They are a shade of like concrete gray. They look horrible. They have just giant suitcases under their eyes. If there's a place on your body where something could be like leaking out of, like there's tears and there's mucus, it's all happening at once. You will say to them, Sheila, you don't look so good. Do you think maybe you should go home? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. No, really, She practically falls out of her chair or like passes out, but there's like a pen in her hand. She's like, go without me. I'll see you at the meeting. And you're like, go home. You are not going to get an award for perfect attendance anymore. As a matter of fact, you're going to get punched in the face by me after I recover from whatever it is that you've given me with your stupid germs. Now, I fully understand that there are some workplaces that don't even have sick policies, which is even worse because that to me just says, why are you doing that? Why don't you have some sort of policy to allow people to stay home when they are sick? We are human people, and sometimes as humans, our bodies rise up against us in ways that we cannot control. You should be able to stay home so that you can feel a little bit better. Then you come back to work, you're more productive, and the rest of the office is more productive because they're not getting whatever you have. Of course, we all know that there are people who abuse the system, and this is where the whole problem begins. We all know the person who just so happens to come down with something around a 3-day weekend. And then sometimes that person ends up having children who, inherit the same affliction from their parents, and then they're always out around 3-day weekends. And it makes everyone annoyed because it's just not possible to get sick around every 3-day weekend, which for the most part happened during the warmest times of the year when sickness is at its lowest level. So these people then put suspicion across anybody who calls in sick from there on out. It's like, well, I don't know, are they really sick? And let's be honest, of course, there always comes a time when people need a mental health day and they take them. Although if we're being really honest, we would take mental health weeks or months or probably go on a sabbatical for at least 2 years until we can finally get our together and return back to normal society. There's another thing that happens sometimes too is that if you call in sick and then you are made to feel guilty for calling in sick. I have had this experience in my life where you would call and it would be this whole thing would be like, oh, I'm not feeling very well, whatever. You could sound like a Komodo dragon is digesting what is left of your femur, and this person would have still said, well, if you're sick, you're sick. If you're sick, you're sick means I don't think you're sick. Here's what I want to say. Don't be a hero. If you are sick and you are blessed enough to have a policy that allows you to stay home until you feel better, take it. Take advantage of it because there just is not enough hand sanitizer in the world to deal with all of these people and their germs, which makes me wonder, I wonder what the sick policy is at Lysol. That just came to me right now. I would tend to think that in the interest of making sure that their product really is as good as they say it is, people won't need sick days at Lysol. If anybody knows, get back to me because I would love to know. This is what happens in my brain. and then I share it with you. Anyway, I hope that you are not sick, and if you are sick, I hope this made you feel a little bit better, at least. And if you are sick at work, go home, and if you're sick at home, good for you. Thank you. That is going to do it for this One Cup Monday. I want to thank you for liking and commenting on this video. What do you think about calling in sick? Please subscribe for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you next time. I feel good. Did it.